Let's go ahead and get the forecast today on this foggy morning from Janu, Arasu.
Thank you, Marty. Well, this is that look at San Jose. You can see really dense fog out there. That is the main story this morning. Also cool temperatures, but the afternoon should bring us some sort of breaks of sunshine. Another mild round of temperatures, and then it looks like it's going to stay dry for the work week. So, dense fog advisory is going to be in effect till about 10 a.m. Visibility is down to less than a quarter of a mile in certain areas. In fact, take a look at the visibility map. All of this orange on the screen indicating visibility of less than a mile. And just to give you a better idea of the numbers, less than a tenth of a mile in Santa Rosa, less than a quarter of a mile through Fairfield, Mountain View, about a tenth of a mile of visibility in San Jose. Now that is making for hazardous driving conditions, so if you're going to hit the road, definitely be cautious. Temperatures outside, mid-40s in Santa Rosa and Napa, upper 40s for Novato and San Francisco, about 50 degrees in Mountain View, and 47 degrees through Antioch, Livermore, and Fremont right now. And the afternoon is going to be bringing us a lot of 60s, except for San Rafael, staying in the upper 50s, low 60s for Santa Rosa, Napa, Fairfield, about 63 degrees for Half Moon Bay, and 66 degrees expected in San Jose. And your 7-day around the bay is showing us the mild temperatures are going to continue through the work week. Also dry conditions expected, and then we're really going to feel those winds pick up Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Your coast and bay lows will be dropping down to the mid-40s, and your inland lows will be dropping down to the 30s. Back to you, Isabel.
Thank you. San Jose looks pretty heavy.
Yep.
Janu, explain, please.
Well, actually, we have an offshore flow of wind, so it's actually coming in from the inland areas as opposed to the coastal fog. So it's the inland areas, the North Bay valleys, that are really dealing with that dense fog this morning. But satellite and radar is showing that all this storm activity off the coast is pushing up well to the north of our area. So it's really just the fog that we're dealing with, not really rain for the rest of the week, actually. So dense fog still out there. You can see all this orange color indicating that visibility is down to less than a mile. However, conditions are slowly starting to improve out there. Temperatures are also slowly starting to warm. We're seeing some more 50s out there. So 52 in Oakland, 54 in Half Moon Bay, about 49 degrees through San Francisco, upper 40s through Hayward, Livermore, and 47 degrees currently in San Jose. And the afternoon is going to be bringing us a lot of 60s for the South Bay. So upper 60s for Los Gatos, Morgan Hill, San Jose, 63 degrees expected in Hayward, same in Half Moon Bay, about mid 60s for Oakland and Livermore, and then slightly cooler in the North Bay. In fact, only getting to 60 degrees for Napa, Vallejo, Santa Rosa, 59 degrees expected in San Rafael. It's going to be the coolest spot on our map today, and 61 through San Francisco and through Fairfield. And for those of you heading to the Raiders game, it's going to be partly cloudy, sunny conditions. 1:05 p.m. it's going to be about 63 degrees, warming to about mid 60s by 3 o'clock. Your 7-day around the bay is showing us that we're going to continue to see dry conditions for the rest of the week, mild temperatures, and then it's really Wednesday night into Thursday morning that we're really going to start to feel those winds pick up. Back to you, Marty.
Thank you. Janu is here to tell us all about it.
Well, you're absolutely right about that, Marty. It is coming in from our inland spots. This is the view from our Mount Tamcam. You can see the fog out there as well. It's really the North Bay and the East Bay valleys that are dealing with it in as intense as it is, tongue twister, and San Jose. So dense fog this morning, partly cloudy conditions into the afternoon, another round of mild temperatures, but we will be staying dry for the remainder of the week. So the fog advisory is in effect for the next half hour or so. It's going to be lifted at about 10 a.m. Visibility is down to less than a quarter of a mile in certain areas, but it is slowly starting to improve. The areas of orange on your screen are indicating where it is less than a mile. Earlier it was covered by orange. Now it's starting to lighten a little bit, and actually we'll take a closer look at those numbers. Less than a quarter mile of visibility for Santa Rosa, Fairfield, but Napa is at full visibility now. 3 miles in Mountain View and about less than a quarter mile in San Jose, so you want to use caution if you're going to be heading on the roads. 45 degrees in Santa Rosa as well as Napa right now, 50 through San Francisco, mid-50s in Half Moon Bay, about 48 in Redwood City, same in Fremont, and 49 degrees in Los Gatos right now. And the afternoon is going to be bringing us another round of mild temperatures, pretty chilly in the North Bay, only getting to about 60 degrees for Santa Rosa, Napa, Fairfield, 59 degrees expected in San Rafael, which is going to be the cooler spot on our map, 64 for Redwood City, and 66 degrees expected for San Jose. And your extended 7-day around the bay forecast is showing us that we're going to continue to see the mild temperatures, dry conditions into your work week, and then it's really on Wednesday night and Thursday morning that things are going to start to change. We're going to really feel those winds pick up, especially at the higher elevations. Your coast and bay lows will be dropping down in the mid-40s, and your inland lows will be dropping down to the 30s. Time right now is 9:37, and we're going to head over to Isabel.
Thanks, Janu.
Welcome back to the Cron 4 Morning News Weekends. We're taking this live look outside at Walnut Creek, and you can see it is still socked in by the fog. The fog is a big story this morning. We are waking up to dense fog, cool temperatures. As we end the afternoon, we're going to see partly cloudy conditions, another round of mild temperatures, but it should stay dry into the work week. So satellite and radar is showing all this storm activity pushing well to the north of us and out of our area, which is why it'll stay dry in our area, but it's really the fog that's the big issue this morning. In fact, visibility is still pretty low in the North Bay as well as the South Bay. Some of your inland spots, the orange color on your screen indicating visibility of less than a mile. So you definitely want to turn your headlights on if you're going to be driving, because driving conditions are certainly going to be hazardous. Temperatures outside, mid-40s in Santa Rosa as well as Napa, low 40s for Fairfield. We are seeing 50s along the coast, low 50s through Mountain View, and about 48 degrees right now in Fremont. And the afternoon is going to be bringing all of us into the 60s, 67 degrees expected for Los Gatos and Morgan Hill, 65 for Livermore and Oakland, about 63 degrees expected in Half Moon Bay. Heading up to the North Bay, it's going to be slightly cooler there, 60 degrees for Santa Rosa and Napa, 63 for Novato, 59 degrees for San Rafael, and 61 degrees for downtown San Francisco. And for those of you heading to the Raiders game today, it's going to be partly cloudy, cool conditions, 63 degrees at about 105 and 65 by 3 p.m. And your 7-day around the bay is showing us that we're going to continue to see mild, dry conditions right on into the work week. Now let's head over to the couches.
Thanks, Janu. We're having a good giggle here about this stuff.